Oh. For those of you who are on the call already, I see there are some people still coming in. Go ahead and just drop me an exclamation point in the chat if you can hear me, please. Thanks, Giselle. Thanks, Olive, Tomas, Arena, Antonio, Amanda, Maria, Antonia, Gabriel. Awesome. Looks like you can hear me. This is great. We'll give it another minute for some of your classmates to join. I'm just going to check my email inbox to see that no one's having trouble getting in, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the class for today. All right. We'll have some other students filtering in as class gets off the ground today, but I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to welcome you all to our fall 2021 semester. Can't believe I'm saying that. I feel like it was just 2019 before everything started and the world changed for good, but I promise you we will make this as fun of a semester given all the circumstances as possible. My name is Brielle Buckler. I'll be the professor for BUS 104 Introduction to Business. Go ahead, drop an exclamation point in the chat if this is your first semester at BMCC. I'd love to take a look at how many students are new to our institution and how many of you are returning students. All right, it looks like we do have a couple. Well, welcome to you who are new to BUS, the business management program, or if you're majoring in something else and taking this as an introductory level course or as a elective, welcome. I hope that you'll find this really valuable and have a great time and learn a lot as we go through. I promise you I will do everything I can to ensure that, but it does take some effort on your part. So I'll ask that when you're here, you are present. I will never ask you to share your camera if you don't feel comfortable, but I'd love to see your faces. I'd love to get to know you. So to the extent that you are able, it would be wonderful to see you when you are able to share. Again, no judgment if you're in a situation that doesn't allow you to, but it's awesome to be able to see you and get to know you. Another thing I'd like to say up front is if you right click on your name within Zoom, or if you hover over it, there is a more. If you look at more, you may be able to change your name, rename. And if you would like to, you can make sure that you're not using someone else's name. I know that a lot of people share computers and occasionally you'll have your brother, cousin, friend as the name on Zoom. So just go ahead and make sure that it is in fact your name there. If you'd like to as well, I want you to encourage you to share your pronouns. So you can be whatever you would like, but just so that I can always refer to you with your preferred pronouns or your preferred name. If what you're coming up at is not what you'd like to be called, go ahead, rename yourself. You can do this anytime. And I'll just make sure that I call you what you'd like based on what my roster says and what you prefer. Always want to make sure everybody can come here and be exactly who they want to be. My name is Brielle Buckler. I know that that can be difficult to say, but most people call me Professor B. Professor Buckler's fine. If you want to call me Brielle, that's fine too. That's my name. That's what I respond to most often. I've been at BMCC for 5 semesters already, which is wackadoodle. I feel like I've gotten an associate's degree during this time, but I've had so much fun. I teach 3 different classes here: Introduction to Business, Introduction to Marketing, and Human Resource Management. Can you drop an exclamation point in the chat if you are signed up for more than one of my classes this semester? I don't know if I have anybody, but just in case, I'd love to see that. If so, I promise you won't get, you'll probably get sick of me, but it's okay. We'll make it fun. You'll hear this spiel if you come to another class. It doesn't look like we have too much crossover, so that's good. All right, so Introduction to Business. This is a foundational course for those of you in business management or in any major program across BMCC. I personally work in the business world. I'll tell you a little bit more about my background in just a moment. And I will tell you that when I was in college, I was like, there is no way I need to take Introduction to Business. Everything in the world is a business. I get it. I don't need to take it. I was so incredibly wrong. The things that you'll learn in this class will be in some ways refreshers of things you already know, and in some ways absolutely new information that you've never heard of before. And so what I'll challenge you to do while we're in this class is keep me honest. If there is something that you're like, whoa, Professor B, this is a complete review and I know this through and through. I own my own business. I sell beautiful mugs on Etsy and I know what it's like to be an entrepreneur. Cool. I'm going to tap into your experience and ask you to share with us as well. If you say, wow, I have no idea what's going on here, can you give me a little more context? I will happily do that as well. Throughout the course of this semester, I'll do my best to bring in examples that relate to who you are as people. So the more I know about you, the more I can cater this class to be really relevant to you. There's no need for me to go off on a tangent and give you super hyper special examples in an industry you don't care about or in at a level that doesn't relate to you. So I want to make sure that you always feel comfortable, that you always feel included, and that the things that we learn about are things that you are dealing with or coming into contact with every day. So that said, you'll probably see a lot of examples through the lens of Starbucks, only because they're on every corner in New York City and everybody's seen that bright green awning. We all know that they make coffee, so I'll use a lot of examples for Starbucks. Also bring Apple into the equation. We'll talk a lot about iPhones. A lot of us have phones like that, or at least are familiar with Apple products to some extent. We'll use Apple as a lot of examples, and then Coke and Pepsi, those old soft drinks that everyone has an opinion on, and it really does. It causes fights in families. Which is better, Coke or Diet Coke, Pepsi or Coke? We'll get into that at some point. I'll do a poll. We'll pit the class against each other. No one will win because no one will ever change their mind. But those are some of the examples that we'll use throughout the course of this class. And if there are some additional examples that you think are super relevant, I'm all ears. I'd love to make this as relatable as possible. Okay, I talk really fast. If I'm ever talking too fast, just go like this. Ooh, and I'll slow down. It's a personal flaw. I'm working on it. Anywho, a little bit more about me as your professor. So as I mentioned, I've been here for 5 semesters, but full-time I work in the sports industry. So drop an exclamation point in the chat if you're a sports fan. Not that you have to have memorized every single fact and figure and stat from every sporting event that's ever existed. But if you watch sports, if you affiliate with a team, if you have a favorite baseball, basketball, football, hockey, soccer, cricket team, let me know. Put in the chat, what is your favorite team? I'd love to hear that too. So I've worked in the sports industry for 8 years, which is insane. I worked for 5 years at the NBA League office, where I worked with teams to make sure their businesses were running as efficiently as possible. I am personally an extremely sad Knicks fan. I will always be a sad Knicks fan because the Knicks will never be good. I apologize to everyone who has hope. I've had hope for my whole life. It's never really worked out. I've always wanted to be Andy Anderson from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. If you've ever seen that movie, you know she's obsessed with the Knicks and she watches them win in this movie. That's how you know it's fictional. So I've been a very sad Knicks fan my whole life, but blue and orange, here we go. So I worked at the NBA League office for 5 years, and I've since moved over to a company called Bleacher Report. Drop me a little smiley face or an emoji in the chat if you've heard of Bleacher Report. If you have not, please download it so I can continue to stay involved and employed. It is an app that brings sports news and cultural information to the masses. We make it easier to be a sports fan. That said, in addition to some of the examples I already mentioned, you will get some sports examples. You'll probably hear from people who work in sports. I work with an awesome, diverse group of people who come from all walks of life. Some of them have been professional athletes. Some of them are absolute sports nuts, and some of them are just brilliant geniuses who work for a sports organization and could care less about what happens on a court. They're all really interesting, and I will try to expose you to as many of them as possible. A lot of my students go on to have internships in the sports world, so if that's something you're interested in, let's keep in close contact. There's a ton of opportunities, and I'm happy to make those connections for you. I always need to breathe every so often. Okay. I'm going to walk you through today. I'm going to walk you through our course site. I want to make sure that you feel familiar with the platform that we're going to use for class this semester. How many of you have used Blackboard? Go ahead and type a little exclamation, maybe put a sad emoji in the chat if you've used Blackboard, because Blackboard becomes tough for a lot of things. We're not going to use Blackboard this semester. We are going to use a website that is brought to us by the BMCC library called Open Lab. Open Lab is accessible on any device at any time. You don't have to use data. You don't have to have service. It's a website. You can access it from a tablet, a phone, a computer. You don't have to sign in all the time. There's no firewalls. And what it will do, I'll explain this more as the semester goes on, but it'll give you the ability to create a portfolio of your work so that when you eventually do go to look for a job, you are able to share some of your work in portfolio format just using a quick link with a recruiter or with somebody who is interviewing you. So not only for this class, but it sets you up for success long term. That's what I'm here to do. If you learn a bunch about introduction to business in this class, awesome. If you feel like you are included in this community and set up for success, that's really what I'm going for today and for the rest of this semester. So I'll make sure that you see all the benefits of a site like that. The other thing that you should know is that we will be not using a textbook this semester. So drop a smiley face in the chat if you want to not pay anything extra other than what you've already paid for this class through tuition. Yeah, okay. I see a smiley face. I don't believe in textbooks. I don't think that they are great for people. I think they are generally one point of view. I don't think they represent diverse voices. I don't think they are inclusive. And I don't like that most of them were written, sorry, by old white men who retired and then wrote a book. Don't love it. So I'm going to bring in a bunch of resources from a bunch of different places. They will all be free and easy to access, and I will challenge you to critique them. I'll ask you if you read something and you think it's unclear to tell me that, so that for future semesters, I swap that out with a different resource. And if you need additional support, I'll have a list of them. Won't give you everything I've found because that'll be overwhelming, but I will make sure that you have a variety of resources that are hopefully things that you can relate to. There will be some online chapter-based work, so not quite a traditional textbook, but what we call an open educational resource textbook. They're written by a variety of authors that come together to aggregate information for this very purpose, to make sure that students are not having to pay above and beyond what they've already paid for tuition. I want to eliminate barriers for all of you, and I don't want any of those barriers to be cost inducive. So we're going to eliminate all of your expenditures in this class. If you're taking another Marketing 100 class and you like that idea, my Marketing 100 class is also like that. So stick with me, everybody. No more spending on textbooks. Okay, cool. Let's see what else. Oh, there's one thing that I love to do in class. I'm going to show you our course site. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to take some questions, but there's one thing that I'll ask us to do every single class. And we don't all have to do it, but as many of us as can participate, I would like us to do it. I like a segment of class called Tell Me Something Good. Tell Me Something Good is adapted from Z100, which is a radio station that I listened to when I was in high school. You may listen to it still, but anywho, it's a very, very simple process. We share something good that has happened to us since the last time we got together. It's a way for you to share things about yourself. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, you don't have to. It does not have to be something big. It could be that you made an excellent sandwich for lunch. That is something worth celebrating. And we will all cheer each other on. We will cheer each other on for everything in this class. There is no competition here. If everybody gets an A, everybody gets an A. There is no curve. There is no competition. I want you all to be successful. And I want you all to look at this semester when you finish it and say, I gained a little something. And I learned a little bit about the people I was in a classroom with too. I know it can be super challenging when we're online to form a community and to feel like you have friends here, but I promise you, this is one of the measures that will help you get to know each other better and I think enhance your experience in this class. So we're gonna go ahead and try that right now. We're gonna play Tell Me Something Good. Usually I have a little sound clip, but I don't have it loaded up. So just imagine a sound clip playing right now and being very exciting and lifting. And what we'll do is we'll go around and this is one instance where I would like everyone who's on the call today to participate. Even if you don't have something good, even if your something good is just, I'm excited for this class, that's fine. But I'd also like you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your major, tell us why you're here, why business, why intro to business. If you are in the working world, if you are just in school, if you are trying to figure out what comes next, tell us a little bit about you, whatever you're willing to share. I'll give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain here too. There's been a ton of research when it comes to education and educators and students. And I share this with you because I think it's important for you to see what I'm doing too. There's a lot of research that suggests when professors or teachers know students on an individual level, they are more able to see student strengths and on an individual level, cater their learning, cater their grading, cater their understanding of a student's situation directly to them, as opposed to generalizing for the whole class. So what I'm working on as a human is eliminating my bias and not grouping people together based on their willingness to do one thing or another. And part of that is knowing you all as individuals and forming relationships with you, so I can make sure Andres or Anna or Grizel, whoever you are, you have a successful semester, whatever that looks like for you. You don't have to share all of your nitty gritty right here in this public forum. You're welcome to share whatever you'd like. And part of your first assignment will be meeting with me one-on-one anyway. So I'll get to know you a little bit better then too. But let's start with a tell me something good. I'll go first just to kind of start it off. The one thing that I'll say, as I mentioned, you do not have to share your camera if you are uncomfortable. I encourage you to if you can. Same thing goes for your audio. However, there are emojis, my friends. I will show you one. That is the clap emoji. So we are going to clap for everyone when they tell us there's something good. You can clap in person. You don't have to turn your audio on to clap. You can just clap via your video, or you can shout them out with an emoji on your little screen. Those are on the bottom. It says reactions, or you can drop one in the chat. But I encourage you, let's support each other. Let's be present for each other. Let's show up. And all right, let's kick things off. So I will tell you my tell me something good to start. I have mastered the chocolate chip cookie recipe that I've been working on for years and years and years. It is a good thing because I love chocolate chip cookies, and Levain is really expensive, so I don't go there. But it's a bad thing because the batch I make you can't half it. It like makes 46 cookies, and then you have to eat them all. So it's a tell me something good. It's also a tell me something bad for my waistline, but play your cards right and everybody will get the recipe. So that's my tell me something good. Okay, right, you got to do the claps and the clap emoji. Anna's got it. There we go. I see some clap emojis coming through. Excellent. Wonderful job. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to be just marking down as you speak. I want to make sure that I have the pronunciation of your name correctly. So you'll see me typing. I'm just making myself some notes so that I don't ever call you something that you don't want to be called. So if you see me typing in the background, that's not because I'm not listening to you. It's only because I want to make sure that I am as respectful to you and what you are called as possible. So I will ask whoever is ready to go next and share your something good.
Can you guys hear me? Anna.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, as you know, my name is Anna. My one exciting thing this week is that I finally got a chance to go back to the gym after so long.
That's awesome. Endorphins make people happy. If you've ever seen Legally Blonde, exercise releases endorphins. Endorphins make people happy. And in that movie, Elle Woods is a lawyer and she says, happy people just don't kill their husbands. You get it. If you haven't seen the movie, it doesn't make sense. I'm aging myself here, but yes, endorphins are super important and they make you feel good. So way to go, Anna. Thank you for being the first one to bravely share. Claps all around. Awesome. Whoever's next, go ahead.
Hold on, I'll share my screen. Hi, my name is Grizel. I want to say my something good is that I got a new job and I just moved into this place all within the same week. So that's my good thing.
Congratulations. That's awesome. New job, new apartment. I feel like the Jeffersons moving on up should play in the background right now. Way to go. Awesome. Way to go, Grizel. Thanks for introducing yourself. Whoever would like to go next.
Today's my first week actually of not having to get an allergy shot every week, which I've been doing for like 9 months. Yeah, which is horrible. So I will be going to the gym today. So I just haven't had the energy in like 9 months to do it. It's like, that's my good thing.
Yeah, not getting stabbed. That's great. Congratulations. As someone who cries when she gets the flu shot, I very much support this. Way to go. Thank you so much for sharing. And Sabrina, right? I'm pronouncing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. Hi, my name is Amanda, and this week I got 2 new puppies. That's my good thing. I got a Yorkie Maltese mix and another Yorkie.
I'm muted, but oh my gosh, so cool. Amanda, just know we are going to hold you accountable and ask you to show us those puppies at some point. To the extent that you can show us today, awesome. If it has to be another day because they're doing puppy things right now, that's okay. But we would like to see your dog.
I can show you a quick picture.
Oh my God, look at those puppies. More claps for the puppies. Can you just tell us their names?
The girl is Lulu and the boy is Milo.
Excellent. Excellent. Great job. Enjoy those puppies. I'm sure we
Thank
will
you.
see them live at some point on this class. All right. Thanks, Amanda. Who's next?
I can go next. Hi guys, my name is Antonia, and this is my first class ever, so I'm a little nervous. Yeah. The good thing that is happening soon about me is that I'm going on vacation for like 10 days. I've been working so hard lately, so I finally found some time, and I think I deserve it.
Well, that's awesome. First and foremost, welcome to your first class ever. We are pumped to have you. I hope it will be a wonderful experience. You let me know at the end, or let me know throughout. But welcome. Also, enjoy that vacation. It's going to be wonderful. And let's just offline to make sure you don't fall behind on anything. But otherwise, have a great time. It's going to be great. Can you tell us where you're going? Do you know yet?
Yes, I'm going to Alaska.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's a weird
Okay,
destination.
will you take
but
photos and then like bring them back to us, please?
definitely. Well, I'll have time to be present for the classes, so I might show you around while I'm on vacation.
Okay, that's going to be a segment of one of our classes. What is Antonia doing in Alaska? Awesome.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Gabriel.
Hey.
One special thing that's happening to me this week is my daughter's turning 11 on Friday. I'm very excited about that. I'm very happy about that. So thank you.
That's awesome. Double hockey sticks. Way to go. Happy birthday to your daughter. Thanks for sharing, Gabriel. Who's next? If you haven't gone yet, it's you.
I'll go. Hi, my name is Tomas. You can call me Tommy. Good thing that happened to me, like this week, like I'm slowly still recovering from a heart condition I had. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, welcome, Tommy. Are you feeling good? And I
Yes.
think that's, especially if you're recovering from something so serious, I think feeling good is a wonderfully good thing to have for Tell Me Something Good.
I'm feeling amazing. I miss having classes. I had nothing to do all day.
Feeling amazing is the best thing you could have just said. Welcome. Let us know how we can support you, and congratulations on feeling great. Oh, that's awesome. See,
Thank you.
that's the kind of good news we need, people. Okay, who else would like to share? And welcome, Tommy.
My name is Maria, and a good thing that's I'm gonna do this week is going on a little road trip.
Sorry, I was muted. Awesome, Maria. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's claps all around for the road trip. Will you share with us where you're headed?
I'm going to Niagara Falls for like
Okay.
so.
All right. Same question. Will you take a photo or a video and share with us the waterfall?
Yes.
And there has just been a ton of rain, so I hear it's like really raging right now, which is awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Oh,
awesome. Yeah, the more water at Niagara Falls, really, the better, I would figure. That's awesome. Congratulations and safe travels. All right, who's next?
Hi, my name is Diana. A good thing that's happening to me is that I'm taking a class to become like a school bus attendant. And I recently moved to a 2-bedroom apartment with my mom. I can't hear you. You muted.
Darn it. Darn it. I should really get better at that. Congratulations. Welcome to class. That's awesome. Congrats on your new apartment and on that course you're taking. That sounds really exciting. Good for you. When do you finish that one?
Oh, next week.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next week we have a graduation celebration planned for you. We're going to play music. It's going to be great. Awesome. Well, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Of course. Who'd like to go next? We've got a couple people left. We've got Jamil, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Arena, Mohammed, let's see, Andres, Antonio, Olive. Olive's got her hand up. Go, Olive.
Hi, everyone. So my feel good for this week is that I have decided that I will not go back to working full time. I've been furloughed and I'm using my time to return to school. So I will not go back to work until I have completed my studies.
Amazing. Congratulations. It's a big
Thank you.
decision and we're happy to have you here. We'll celebrate with that. We'll celebrate with you for that all semester long.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. And Olive, right? That's how I should say it. Okay, perfect. All right, who would like to go next?
Hi, my name is Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed. Can you speak a little bit louder? You came in a little weird on that.
So my name is Mohammed, and the good thing that happened to me, not this week, last week, that I just got promoted in my job.
Mohammed, can you say that one more time? Sorry, it's coming in a little low on volume for me. I don't know if it's the same for anyone else. Yeah, try saying it a little louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. So my name is Mohammed, and the good thing that happened to me this week is that I got promoted.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, congratulations. You got promoted?
Yeah, I got promoted in my job.
Hey, let's claps all around for that one. That's such a big deal. We're going to learn about in business today, how to keep, or not today, but this semester, how to keep employees happy and how to make sure that they have the capacity to continue moving up. Mohammed, we'll ask you your opinion of that since you've been an employee who's gotten promoted. Thanks for sharing that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. All right, we've got a few more. So whoever hasn't gone yet, go ahead, turn off your or turn on your audio and introduce yourself. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and introduce Andres just because I think he is unable to share his microphone at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just introduce him and say that he will introduce himself the next time he's on today. So welcome, Andres. Thank you so much for being here. And we hope to hear from you and get your Tell Me Something Good as soon as we're able to hear you the next time around. So thanks. All right, I think we still have a couple more folks on here. Jamil and who else haven't we heard from?
Hello?
Oh, Antonio, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Awesome, hi.
Hi. Okay. So I'm Antonio, and one good thing that has happened to me recently was I ran my first 10-mile run after not doing cardio or gymming in a while. So
Just a casual 10-mile run. We're giving you some major claps for that. I run 3 miles and I then collapse on the ground and like thank the Lord that I'm still alive. So you've more than tripled that. And especially because you were like, because I haven't gone to the gym in a while. I'm like, I try every day to get longer than 3 miles and every day I don't do it. So congratulations. That's awesome. I'm going to learn from your lead. Way to go. Thanks for sharing. And you go by Antonio or Tony?
actually I go by Neo.
Oh, awesome. What a cool nickname. Okay, cool. Neo. My gosh, this is so cool. It's like the Matrix. Okay. Who else would like to share? I think we have Arena and Jamil.
Hi, my name is Irina, and my good news for the week is that I just came back from a road trip from Boston.
That's awesome. How was it?
It was good. It like rained on the last day, so
Yeah, it was that tropical storm, tropical depression, but you got home safe. You had a good time. Did you have clam chowder?
yeah.
Really? Did you call it clam chowder? Did you only, instead of
I have
saying
no
ER,
idea.
say
They,
you
I
ins-
just, I went to the restaurant. I was like, surprised me with whatever specialty was.
and they brought you clam chowder?
Yeah.
So in Boston, everybody's joke is instead of saying ER, you say AH. So I just, anytime anybody, I have a good friend who lives in Boston, I'm like, did you park your car? How did that go? So wonderful. Welcome back from Boston. Welcome to my cheesiness, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for sharing. Welcome, Irina. Okay, and Jamil, let's hear from you.
My name is Jamil. I guess one good thing I could say is I'm happy to start college again, the fall semester.
Are you back this semester for your first semester?
No, I'm just in general because my first year I didn't take any breaks. My first break was actually in the summer, so
Okay.
I was actually bored the whole month. So I'm happy.
All right, well, we'll keep you busy here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here, and thanks for sharing. Awesome. All right, so hopefully, I think we got everyone. I don't think we missed anyone. So thank you everyone for sharing. Thanks for telling us first and foremost how to refer to you. If you have a name that's listed that you would rather me substitute in for something else, send me a quick email. I want to make sure you are represented the way you'd like to be represented. But second of all, hopefully that was a really positive experience for everyone. Tell me something good is something we'll do generally at the end of class. But I think it was a great way to get to know people who are here today. We will do this very regularly, and it doesn't, I'm telling you, it does not have to be a big thing. Like I booked a vacation. It can be, I found $1 on the street. I'm feeling happy today. I ate a good snack. But we're going to put some more positivity into the world by doing this activity together. So hopefully that's something that you feel comfortable doing, and we'll continue doing that together as we go. Whew. Okay, so let's dive into class itself. I'm going to show you a little tour of the platform of our course site. So I'll share my screen in just a second. And then what I'll also do is make sure that after this class, you have quick videos of how to do everything I'm going to show you to do. You'll have one assignment before the end of the week, which will just be to sign up with your email. You'll have to sign up with your BMCC email, and it's generally the same password you use for your BMCC email, but there's a whole document that tells you how to do it. It'll take you about 5 minutes, but otherwise that will allow for you to submit any assignments and have your name tied to them. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you the site. We'll walk through the syllabus quickly, and I'll answer any questions you have. In general, my rule of thumb is I would like us to meet on the assigned class days. So we'll meet on Mondays and Wednesdays. I know that our class time is supposedly 6 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. We will have class for the duration of the time that we have content. If we get through everything we need to cover and there are no questions, well, I'm class early. I'm not going to keep you every single day to every single minute, but I do want you to know that I'm available and you can take as much of my time as you need. The other thing that I'll tell you is I'm big on office hours, big on office hours. So we'll review this in just a second, but one of the first tasks I'll ask you to do as part of your assignments is to set up 15 minutes with me just so we can get to know each other a bit better. There's a link that I'll send you in order to do that. It's very simple, and I'll show you what it looks like. It directly attaches to my calendar, and anytime that's free, you just click on it and it's yours. You'll get an automatic Zoom link, and you'll just click the link to join when it's time for the meeting. That link will work indefinitely. So not only for setting up this first meeting, but anytime you need help, it is attached to my calendar and you can book whatever time you need. I want to be supportive of you. You may need time every week. You may not need time except for a couple times a semester. You may say, I got it, I'm good, I don't need anything, class is fine for me, but know that you can never take up too much of my time. I'm here for you. I want to see you be successful, and I'm excited to learn alongside you this semester. So keep that in mind as we take a look at this course site, especially if things seem confusing, especially, if you've never used this platform before and you need a little bit of help. I'm happy to give you more guides, more understanding of how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll just ask you to give me it usually like kind of takes over my entire screen when I do this. So if you can just give me a quick audible, we can see that, that would be helpful. Can anybody see it?
Yes.
I can see it.
Okay. Do you need me to make it a little bigger? Does that help? Is that a little better? Sorry, I can't see.
It looks better.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay. Anybody needs it to be any bigger? I unfortunately can't see you anymore, so you just have to tell me with your voices.
A little bigger because I can't see. I'm using my phone.
Okay. How's that? Does that make it a little better?
Way
Is that
better.
Diana? Is that Diana?
Yes.
Cool. Look, I'm getting to know your voice already. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. So this is the BMCC Open Lab. You'll see this logo. Can you see my mouse? Yes, right?
Yeah.
I'm making little squiggles. Okay. So you can see up here in the corner, BMCC Open Lab. This is a platform that's based on WordPress. Basically, it just allows me to build a site that has everything you need, including all of the resources you'll use for the entire semester. So basically, I am logged in here at the top. You can see it says my name, hi, Brielle Buckler. I can log out and log back in. But basically, all it does is give you an account that's tied to BMCC. I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's very, very simple. So when you log in, you'll see this menu at the top. I'm just going to zoom out for a second so you can see what it looks like when it's on your computer. It'll all be across the top. So all of the menu items will be over here. I'll zoom back in just so you can see what it would look like when it's smaller. So this is our homepage. Basically, I'm going to give you a little bit of information here about how to navigate. And once we're done with this class, I'm going to pull some of what I'm doing right now and make it a navigation video. So you can come back to this video and see how to navigate our site. So let's start. This is our homepage. This link is a link that I'll ask you to add as a favorite or a bookmark. You'll be here multiple times a week as you go through all of the content for our course, as you work on assignments. You won't have to be on Blackboard at all. This is where you'll be. Now, I will say I did make it pretty easy. Let's see if I can pull up Blackboard. Hopefully you can see this new tab. Can somebody just tell me yes? Can you see Blackboard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in really quick. So if you're in Blackboard, you will see our class. So I'm going to go ahead and click Introduction to Business. Let me go ahead and get into this course. And all you'll be able to see when you go to this course, this Introduction to Business, is an announcement that redirects you to Open Lab. So I'm going to go ahead and make this available. So if you need a quick shortcut to get to this platform, if you go to our course in Open Lab, I'm going to enter our student preview. This is what you'll see. You'll get to our Blackboard site and it'll say in this course, we'll collaborate. We will not collaborate via Blackboard. Instead, we'll use the Open Lab. You'll click this link and it'll take you to our course site. This is a backup in case for whatever reason you don't have the link to the course site, but I encourage you bookmark it as a fallback. Our Blackboard course only has this message in it. You can't go anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to exit our Blackboard course because there's nothing in it. So this is our homepage. This is where you will spend most of your time. Every week, I'm going to send out a newsletter. So when you hover over newsletter, typically it will look something like about this class. A menu will drop down below it and you'll be able to see a newsletter for each week that we have class. I'll highlight some of the great work that you're doing. I'll provide additional resources if you want to learn more, and I'll give you any announcements or updates that you need to know going into the next unit of study. So we don't have any right now, but I will send out a welcome announcement newsletter soon, and that'll populate here when it goes out. That'll go directly to your email box. Let's learn about this class. So this is a quick summary of what our class is. It explains not only what you'll learn in this class, but you'll also learn about what OER, Open Educational Resources, are. I talked about that a bit earlier. We are going to have no additional costs for materials this semester. This is not a required thing to read, but check it out if you're interested in learning a little bit about what OER and the philosophy behind this is. I'll also talk about what I'm looking for in assignments. And let me just say, assignments are wonderful for gauging your knowledge, but I'm not looking for you to be perfect here, and I'm not trying to give you busy work. I'm looking for you to have meaning in your assignments. What you'll see in the kinds of assignments we have this semester are that they will be assignments that you can interpret and do your own way. There will be multiple options for how you submit different assignments, not for all, but for some. For example, in my human resource management course, we watch a full feature-length award-winning movie, and then students respond by submitting a piece of art or writing a response or doing an interview with someone. I want to make sure that the assignments that you put forth and submit are meaningful to you and not just transactional assignments that you submit to me for grading. I'll show you a little bit more about how that comes to pass in a course like this. I'll also tell you a little bit more about the course in here, so I encourage you to read this section. This is again in the About This Class section right up here. And I also include this link, which is how you can book office hours with me. I'm not going to click on it now, but I'll show you what that looks like in a while. You'll see this link pretty much all over the course site. I want you to know that you have me whenever you need me. Okay. Under About Our Class, there's a couple other tabs. So instructor is me. That's me. I feel really proud of this graphic that I created because I removed the background from myself in a photo and then I added it to this cool background. I will always be proud of this. So I know it's Cheese Whiz, but like, let me have it. Okay. And I'm wearing the same blazer today, which I feel really good about. Real consistency here. I promise I wash it. This is a little bit more about me as a person. And I also give you my contact information, not only my email, but again, the link to book office hours, a link to my BMCC faculty page, a link to my ratemyprofessors.com page. I hope you'll leave me a good review at the end of this semester, but I want you to see what other people say about me. I want to be really transparent. And then also my LinkedIn profile. I'll ask that you request to be a connection with me on LinkedIn so that I can continue to help you throughout the course of your career here as a student or later in the future. And then I give you a little bit about my education so you know where I went to school and what my credentials are. Beyond that, we have our syllabus. So our syllabus can be downloaded by clicking this link here, or you can always just view it on this site. You can kind of click through to see the different pages. This explains not only the resources that are available to you, but how you'll be graded, what class expectations are, for our course policies and procedures. We'll go over the syllabus in a minute, so don't worry. What our course structure will be, what our units of study are, and then also all of this course description, prereqs, and what your general learning outcomes for the course will be. So again, you can download it by clicking the link at the top of the syllabus page, or you can use it on here just to consistently view the syllabus in an easy to read way. You'll also have a course schedule. I'm going to follow up with you after this class and send you this. I didn't embed it yet because it gets really distracting if I show you this right away. So I want to first show you the site and then I'll follow up with our course schedule and you'll have the same exact setup. You'll be able to download it and then you'll also have the document embedded that you can click through and reference at any time. And then the last thing you have under the About Our Class section or About This Class section is a feedback form. So this is just a Google form. And I ask you to fill this out whenever you have feedback for me that you may not feel comfortable sharing with me directly. I welcome feedback directly anytime you want to give me feedback, but this form allows you to submit feedback and it doesn't have to be tied to you. So I'll ask you what I can start doing to help you feel more comfortable in class or help you learn, what I can continue doing that will help you feel more comfortable in class or help you learn, and what I can stop doing. And then if there's any additional feedback you have, that's great. Once you fill it out, there's an option to add your contact information. It's not mandatory. If you have feedback and you'd like me to, here, I'll just do a quick test so you can see what the whole form looks like. Test, 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 test. If I click next, you can add your full name, your email, and your major if you'd like. You don't have to. It's just a means by which if you'd like to provide feedback that then I can follow up with you on, then you can do so. And if you don't have anything I can stop or continue or start doing, you can just write nothing in the form. But whenever you need me, know that you can fill that out and I will take your feedback into consideration. And if you leave your contact information, I'll get back to you directly. And if not, I'll try to be as transparent as possible with this whole class and share with you the feedback that I'm getting so that throughout the semester we can work to make this a more inclusive and helpful learning community. Okay, class directory, I feel really cool about. Okay, so as part of your getting started assignment, which we'll get to very soon, you will fill out a very quick form that asks you for your name, a quick bio, your email, and a photo of just you. It'll automatically populate here. So I just filled out a form and this was created. When you go to class directory, hopefully you will see everybody in this class and get to learn a little bit more about them. So I'll show you how you fill that out. It's very, very simple. Don't worry, no kind of crazy coding necessary, but this is where you'll see our students and your classmates, and this is where you'll get all of their BMCC contact information in case you need to email somebody if you have a question. So this will be our class directory. Course materials will operate very similarly to About This Class. Once we have course materials for different units of study, they will populate as Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3 under course materials. But the landing page will redirect you to the course schedule where you can also access all of the course materials. We don't have any yet because we're not in Unit 1 yet. We're kind of in Unit 0. And I'll show you what that looks like. You don't have to really read anything. Your only assignment is to really explore this page and get familiar with it. But course materials is where you'll find course readings or podcasts or videos, anything that you need to complete as part of this class to prepare for a week of study or a unit of study. Same thing with assignments. So for each week, each unit, there will be a course material. So what you'll see here is Unit 1 course materials. Under assignments, you'll see Unit 1 assignments. Right now, you only have one assignment. It's called Getting Started. We're going to go there in just a second. But first, I want to highlight, we're going to skip student work and assignments for 1 second. And we're going to go to Ask Me a Question or Ask a Question. When you click on this link, it'll open a new tab. And this is a place where you can just ask a question. You can submit your questions here by commenting on this topic. I get an email anytime you submit one of these, and all you have to do is click reply, and you can type in your question. It can be about anything. It can be, I don't understand the assignment this week. It can be, why is your profile picture so cool? You're finally wearing a different blazer, Professor B. Maybe you should do that more often. You can put whatever questions you want in here. Know that your classmates can see these questions. It's like a discussion board in Blackboard. But what this will make easier is anytime you have a question that's just general, if you see a question in here that you know the answer to, feel free to go ahead and reply. But this is just a quick way. You can also send me an email. You can book office hours. But if you just have a simple question, feel free to drop it in here and I will respond as soon as I get the email. So let's go back to our course site and we're going to check out the Getting Started assignment. So again, assignments, you can click here. It'll just redirect you to the course schedule unless you click a specific course schedule for a specific assignment. So let's click on Getting Started. Okay, so it looks like a lot. I promise it's not. This will take you less than an hour to do all inclusive, probably much less than an hour. But I want you to be able to take full advantage of our course site and have everything that you need accomplished before we get into the actual course material. So here's a quick overview of what you'll do. You'll start by setting up your BMCC Open Lab account. Remember, that just will allow you to log in here. It's just your BMCC email and a password. Then you'll make sure all of the live class sessions are on your preferred calendar. So if you got this email that I sent earlier and joined this class and that is your preferred email, you have no action. If you received my email earlier today about joining this class and that's an email you don't check very often, I ask you to respond and tell me your preferred email. I am going to send you a calendar hold for every single class. And I want to make sure it goes to the calendar that you actually look at. It'll have the joining information for Zoom. That's about it. It won't have any additional information in the calendar invite because you don't need that, but I want to make sure all of these classes are on your calendar. So make sure I have the correct email for you. If you use Gmail and you don't use BMCC, please let me know that. I have the email for you that was listed in CUNY First. So go ahead, check your CUNY First account, see what your email is, and make sure I have the one that's most appropriate for you. The next thing I'll ask you to do is register for class reminders through remind.com. Again, another free service. It'll send you a text message on Sundays reminding you that we have an assignment due and or asking you to follow up with me if there's something that you need. The cool thing about remind.com is that it also gives you the opportunity to reply. So you'll get an alert like a text message and you can reply just to me and say, wait, I don't know what's going on, or you can say nothing, or you can ask me a question. It comes to my phone like a text message and I can answer you really easily. So that's super easy. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. The next thing is filling out our class directory form. As I mentioned, once you do that, it will populate in class directory as a page. Next, I'll have you read our course syllabus and watch the syllabus overview video. That will populate once I pull together what we're talking about today after this class. So no overview video yet, but that will come soon. Then same thing with our course schedule. Review the course schedule, watch the overview video. Let me know if you have any questions. And then for those of you who are new to Open Lab, I'll ask you to watch a navigate to our course site video, or a navigate our course site video rather. That'll basically be what we're doing here today. So if you have any questions about how our course site functions, I'll just ask you to send any questions my way. And then the last, but certainly not least, is set up some one-on-one time of office hours with me to introduce yourself. So let me scroll down a little bit and show you how it all nets out. So first, to set up your BMCC Open Lab account, here are the 5 steps. There's links to everything that you'll need, especially if you say, I don't know my BMCC email account. There's a link for that. It'll show you how to recover it and make sure you have what you need. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to do that. The next thing is making sure all the live class sessions are on your preferred calendar. After today's class, I'm going to invite you all to the recurring calendar hold, and just let me know if you don't get that. I'll send an email follow-up so you know when that goes out. But if you, by the time we have our next class, do not have these on your calendar, let's talk. Let's make sure you have them on your calendar so you don't miss any classes. So you don't really have to do anything for task 2. You just have to look at your calendar and make sure it's right. Number 3 is registering for class reminders through Remind. You can click here. If you're on your mobile device and you click here, it'll take you right to the site and you can enter your phone number and enroll. There's also, if you click this link, it'll give you direct instructions about how to do it. This won't do it because this is kind of like my back end. Oh, Irina, you joined already. Way to go, girl. So you can join via text message or via instructions. Very, very simple. Filling out our class directory form is next. You'll enter your first and last name, your BMCC email, a short bio, and then a photo. I just ask that you upload a photo that's just you so that we know who you are and not other people. It's totally fine if there are dogs in the photo. We love dogs, so that's okay. But just try not to do it with other people so we know exactly who you are. And then you'll just click submit and it'll auto-populate on that class directory page of our site. And then again, here's links to other pages of our site for where you can download the course syllabus and where you can find the syllabus page. Course schedule is coming, but there will be a link here very soon, as well as a video review of it, and then navigating our course site. The last thing you'll have to do is set up office hours with me. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link so you can see what that looks like. When you click book time with me, I'm going to make this a little bigger. Can everybody see that okay? Can somebody just tell me out loud? Sorry.
Yeah, I see it.
Excellent. Thank you. Perfect. So what you'll do on here is you'll click any day that's blue. So tomorrow I have a very busy day, so unfortunately there are no time slots available. But say Friday, for example, you'll click Friday, and these are all the times that I have available. They populate immediately in Eastern time, but if you're ever, for example, out of town, like if you know, like Antonia, go to Alaska, this will populate in your local time, so you don't have to figure that out. Click on any of these times. So I'm just going to say 12:30 on Friday, and then you just click confirm. What it'll ask you for is your name and your email, and then anything that you want to say that will help prepare for our session. This is the same link for any time we have office hours. So for example, if Sabrina wanted to talk to me about assignment 3 at some point, she could write something like, please share anything that would help prepare for our session. Sabrina could say, I want to discuss assignment 3. I'm having a little trouble. Otherwise, you can write not applicable, nothing. You can put a space. It'll make you write something because there's a little star there, but you'll click schedule event and it'll automatically send a calendar hold to whatever email you included here. And if you need to add someone, so say Sabrina and Olive are working on something, you can click add guests and add Olive to the meeting too. There won't be much group work in this class just because I know how difficult it is to do group work when we're not in person together. but just in case you've been talking to another student in this class and you both have the same question, you want to come together, you're welcome to. Just click add guests. You can do this at any time. The calendar invite will automatically have Zoom information and you'll get a reminder. I think it's like a half an hour before. So the only thing I ask is once you schedule office hours, if you have to cancel, please do so with as much notice as possible so that if somebody else is trying to book the same time slot, they can do so. And you can book, I think, like months in advance. So if you wanted to go ahead and like put Thursday on the calendar every single Thursday, you're more than welcome to do that. Do it if you need to. I completely trust all of you. So let me know what kind of time you need. So that's down here using this link. This is the same link that you'll see anywhere you see office hours. It'll take you directly to book those hours as you have availability. Any questions on anything we've talked about in this getting started section so far? Go ahead and use the chat if you do have any kind of questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat too. I don't hear anybody saying anything out loud, so we'll move on to just reviewing the syllabus if that's cool with everybody, and then take any additional questions, and then we'll close for the day. Sound good? Okay, I can't see anyone, but I'm gonna assume everybody's nodding and smiling. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to about this class, and we're gonna go to syllabus. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this button just because it's gonna bring the syllabus up in a new tab and I'm gonna be able to make it big for you. But know that you can scroll through the syllabus embedded here by clicking these arrows and you can zoom in and out. It's just easier for me when I'm showing this to click this button and I'll make this a little bigger. Okay, can everyone see that okay?
Yeah, I can see it.
Thank you. Let me know anyone audibly or in the chat if you need me to make it bigger. We'll go over this pretty quickly because I am confident in your ability to read through a syllabus yourselves, but I want to point out a couple things. So you've got all of my general information on at the top. In the syllabus, you have that same link to book office hours with me. So where you see by appointment, that is a link. You can click it. You can get office hours at any time. This course has a description and some prereqs. I want to call out the teaching methods. So again, this course is going to be taught in an online format via Open Lab. So no Blackboard, no additional technologies necessary. And we're going to have weekly sessions. So we will be together at this time, Mondays and Wednesdays. There will be a couple times throughout the semester that we won't have class, either because I'm asking you to, for example, watch a film. There's a film we'll watch in this class. Again, you'll watch it for free. You get it digitally through the BMCC library. But on a day that I'm asking you to watch a film that's about an hour and a half long, where I'm not going to make you come to class that week, repurpose that time, watch it then. There will also be, there's some holidays that are coming up. There will be some closed school days that'll all be reflected on the course schedule. Use of technology. I think this one's important to know. You will need access to a word processor of some sort. So Microsoft Word, if you need Office programs, that's all available through BMCC. And if you need help getting that downloaded or getting access to that, I'm happy to help you. Just let me know. You can also use Google Drive or any of those programs in order to use the different programs, a word processor. We're also going to do some Excel work in Microsoft Excel. You can use Google Sheets, but I'll tell you it is a little bit different. As you go through the different modules of our Excel work in this class, it's really, really beneficial for you to actually have Excel. Again, you can get that for free through BMCC, so you don't have to pay for it. But I'll give you all that information as we get closer to doing that Excel work. Again, you do not have to buy a textbook. You do not need to buy any other materials. We'll celebrate that at some point. But content links for everything will be available on the course schedule and in our course site. So you will never have to log in, create additional accounts, any of that. You'll just get to click and view any resource that we have available. I'll let you review both the student learning outcomes for this class and the general learning outcomes for the department. Take a look, you'll get to see the different ways that we'll measure these goals, and I'll ask you to reflect on them throughout the semester to make sure I'm doing a good job helping you reach those. Okay, course structure. So again, online synchronous class. We will not be meeting in person. COVID has us at home still, and that's unfortunate because I would love nothing more than to be in the classroom flailing all around and walking, and eventually we would have a pizza party. It would be lovely, but unfortunately we will not be in person. So we will be online in a Zoom class for the duration of this semester. We'll meet on Mondays and Wednesdays. You will learn synchronously, meaning we'll all learn together, and then on your own, you'll consume the content for each unit and do your own assignments. You are responsible to keep up with the pace of class. We have a unit per week. I promise you, I will not give you busy work or things that are not valuable to you. And I expect that things will be submitted on time. I will also give you grace. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Listen, things come up, life changes, and we all know that 2020 was a dumpster fire. So if things come up, like, come talk to me. I'm not here to dock points for the sake of docking points, but I do need to make sure that you're keeping pace with us and staying up to date on all that work that we'll do throughout the course of the semester. Here are the units of study that we'll cover. We'll talk more about these as we go on, and this is also going to be demonstrated in your course schedule. So I'll send that around too. Okay, here's where I want to focus on the syllabus: course policies and procedures. So again, you're responsible to keep up with the pace of the course in between live sessions. You're also responsible to come to live sessions. You do need to be here. That's why you signed up for this course, that you knew what the schedule was before you started. If this is going to be a problem for you, coming on Mondays and Wednesdays at this time, let's have a conversation about it. But you may also want to take a look to see if there's a course that better suits your schedule. It will be very challenging, I think, for you to not be able to attend these sessions, even if you do the readings, even if you do the assignments. I do think a lot of the learning that we're going to be doing in this class is social learning. You're going to learn from each other. You're going to learn from our lectures. And I would like to see you all here and get to know you. So let me know if this is going to be a big problem. Of course, things come up. Of course, vacations come up and trips, and you need coverage for kids sometimes, or you have to do something that has a time limit on it. That's okay. Listen, we're all people, but if you can't make it consistently to these courses, let's have a conversation. I want you to be successful, and I'm nervous about someone's ability to be successful if you can't attend them. Number 2, in this class, you're expected to actively participate. I'm going to just sum it up by saying, I will always show up for you. I expect the same. I think that that's a fair bargain to make. I will be here. I will be prepared to learn along with you and to convey the knowledge that I have. I will make every effort to expose you to guest speakers, to exciting resources that feel representative and make you feel like you understand what's going on. And I will cater the way that I teach to the way that you learn, to the extent you let me know what you need. But I need you to show up for me too. So please don't plan to join this class, put your Zoom on no camera, no audio, and walk away for an hour and a half. I promise you, that's not the kind of course this is. Intro to business takes a lot of detail. I need you to be here, and you need me to be here. So let's be here together. Drop a little thumbs up or an exclamation point in the chat if you agree with that, and that's something you can commit to. Okay, number 3, you must participate at least once during the first 2 weeks of class. This is not a me rule. This is a federal rule. This plays into financial aid. It plays into taxes. So you must participate. It's more than just showing up today. So the getting started assignment is sufficient enough. If you do the getting started assignment, if you set up your one-on-one office hours with me, you're good to go, and we'll start getting into the semester. If you kind of ghost and go no call, no show, unfortunately, after 2 weeks, I do legally have to drop you from the course. So please, please, please make sure, especially with this getting started assignment, that you do the tasks and that I can count you as an active student in this course. If you say, gosh, that girl's energy, not my speed, I don't want to be here anymore, that's okay. Just let me know if you need to drop the course if this isn't for you. But please don't wait and not show up. It's not good for your transcript, and it will make it difficult for you to get into classes in the future. So if you have to drop, go ahead and drop before the 2-week limit. If you are going to stay, please make sure that you participate at least once in the first 2 weeks. Okay. Number 4, each unit or week of our semester starts on Monday morning at 12:01 and ends on Sunday at 11:59. So every Monday morning, new content, new course materials, and an assignment will be available on our course site in those menus. And Sunday evening at 11:59 each week, you'll have an assignment due. You don't have to wait until Sunday to do it. You can do it at any time. In fact, I encourage you to not do it on Sunday evening. Especially for your first couple assignments. Make sure you get the hang of how to submit them and what to do. I put guides everywhere, so you'll have exactly what you need in order to do so. But don't wait until the last minute. I promise you'll get more value out of this if you do work as you're reading, as you are consuming the course materials. And I recommend setting some time aside, blocking your time off on like a Tuesday evening or afternoon to get the work done is really going to benefit you. So I encourage you to do so as opposed to doing things only late night on Sunday. Number 5, I'm going to send out reminders via remind.com. Remember, that's one of the things I'll ask you to sign up for in the getting started section. This is just to give you some reminders so that you don't miss a due date. You can always communicate with me through that app or through those alerts. You can respond to any of the text messages and they go directly to me. But I'm going to put every parameter and every piece of infrastructure I can to make sure that you have what you need to be successful, both in the materials that I share and in the reminders that I provide, so that you are never floundering. You're never asking yourself, wait, when is that due? What's going on? I want to make sure you have all the tools at your disposal. So please sign up for remind.com. Make sure you get those alerts so that you'll never have a missed assignment. Okay, the next thing is, I know that you may have a different email address, but please use your BMCC email to communicate with me. I've had situations in the past where students have used their Gmail or their Yahoo or associated other emails, and they've gone to my junk folder. I will make every commitment to respond to you as soon as possible, hopefully always within 24 hours. But sometimes if you don't hear from me, it's because your email may have gone to spam. Your BMCC email will not go to spam or junk, but other emails sometimes do. So I'll just ask you to use your BMCC email when you need to email me about something. If you, for example, have a documented disability, during our one-on-one, when we meet for office hours as part of your getting started assignment, please let me have your paperwork and let me know what you need. I want to best support you. As I mentioned, I want to cater the content to making sure that you learn the way you need to learn, but I can't do that unless I know. I promise I'll keep everything confidential, but please let me know what you need. And especially if you have a disability, you do need to disclose that. So I thank you in advance if that applies to you. Number 9, I'm real strict about, I gotta say, if you plagiarize or cheat in this course, I have to fail you. I don't want to. I promise you I don't want to. And I promise you also, I will know. I've had students do it in the past. I've had them try to slide under the radar. Just write your own stuff. I'm not asking you to write a totally crazy amount. I'm asking you to respond in a way that's meaningful to you. I'll ask you, tell me a story of a time when this happened, or share an experience that you had in this way. It's never going to be something that you need to go crazy in terms of researching. So please, please share your own thoughts. And if you have any questions about how to write something about something else without plagiarizing, I'll refer you to the Writing Center. We'll also have them come in and talk to us. So you'll have those resources as well. You're welcome to go to the Writing Center for any and all writing assignments as you see fit. Okay, and the last thing is, if you're having difficulty with the course, please come talk to me as soon as possible. I really don't want to get to the end of the semester and learn that you've been having a hard time and that I'm unable to help you, because by the time we get there, it might be too late to salvage your grade. I know that things should be equal for all students, but I'm more about things being equitable. So I want to get you to a place where you can all start at the same point and have all of the same opportunities to be successful, regardless of what that looks like for you. I've had students in the past, for example, who have had childcare issues and have emailed me and said, I can't make it to class today. I can't get this assignment done. Do you mind giving me a little more time? Sure. Yeah. Be honest with me and I'll be flexible. But please don't come to me 4 weeks after the fact and say, oh man, I forgot about that. It's a much different situation. So again, I'll show up for you. You show up for me. Okay. Now on to evaluation. Any questions about anything that we went over first? Doesn't sound like it, so we'll keep going. Okay, evaluation. You have the ability to make a total of 250 points throughout the semester. I'll share some extra credit assignments throughout as well, where you can gain some extra points, but otherwise, here's how it breaks down. These grades are what BMCC tells me I have to assign you based on your percentage. So I'll take the total number of points you earn and divide it by 250. That means if you get every single point and some extra credit, you'll get more than 100. That's fine with me. If everybody gets an A, great. If I won't curve though, so if you have the 4th highest grade and that's still an A, great, it'll still be an A. I will be here to help support you. I want everyone to pass. I want everyone to do well. So you tell me what you need to get you to where you want to be. So here's how our grades will break down. So unit assignments, we're going to cover 15 different units. We have 15 weeks in the semester. And for each unit, you're going to have an assignment. They're each 10 points, and I'll make sure you know exactly what you need to do in terms of earning all of the points. But basically, submit a meaningful response to the prompt, you'll get full credit. The next thing is Excel modules. So throughout the semester, you'll be tasked with reviewing the basics of Microsoft Excel. Again, totally free for you, both the download of Microsoft Excel through BMCC and the problem sets that I'll ask you to complete. Excel, no matter where you are in the world, at some point you will find value in it. It's one of the best things that I took away from college. And I know that that's a silly thing to say. I stumbled upon a class that included Excel, and I am so thankful for it. So this will give you the basis of how to use it. We'll use it to organize things, to crunch some numbers. You'll learn a little bit about how to use some of the formulas. It'll be completely spelled out about how to do it, and you'll submit your assignments and I'll check them for accuracy and make sure that you have all the tools to know how to use Excel on your own. You'll also have those resources going forward. So even after this class, the Microsoft Excel things that you learn, you will use in other courses. But I do want to make sure that you have the basis in this course to be successful in other courses, because most of the courses that are higher up in terms of course number in the business department do not have fundamental Excel. They just expect you to know it. And so here's where you'll learn it. There's going to be 6 different modules, so 10 points each, and we'll work through those together. We'll do some demonstrations in class, and you'll submit them as you progress through the module work. And then the last thing is a final reflection. So what you'll notice here are there are no quizzes, there are no exams. Listen, I can ask you to memorize stuff until I'm blue in the face. That's not what makes you learn. I just don't really believe in that. I'm not going to ask you to show up and answer multiple choice questions. I am going to ask you to tell me what you learned. I'm going to ask you which units of study are most important to you, which are most meaningful to you, which you feel like relate most to what you already know, and what challenged you outside of your comfort zone to learn more, what you're interested in, what is gearing you to go on to the next semester and take courses that you might not have otherwise. So your final reflection, as you go through the semester, I'll have a couple tips and tricks as you go through, like take some notes on each unit and answer a couple quick prompts so that when you get to the final reflection, you don't have to start from scratch. You've been kind of keeping track of it for you all along. So more on the final reflection as we get into the semester, but basically it'll be almost like a letter or a journal entry about how this course went and what we could do better to make sure that this course is helpful for Business 104 students in the future. Man, I've been talking at you a long time. I promise it'll be much more inclusive. We will talk, we will converse typically, but wow, I'm gonna need a cough drop. Okay, late assignments. Late assignments are really only going to be accepted if you have a serious issue. Let me know in advance if something's going on. If something comes up, shoot me a quick note, send me a text message. I am here to help you and make sure that you are supported, but I do want to make I want to make sure that things are fair for all students in this class. And I'll show you a little bit about why it matters when you submit an assignment. The last page of our syllabus includes BMCC policies and resources, class participation, plagiarism, and then some resources for you. Excuse me, I said cough drop, now here it is. Some resources for you as a student to the extent that you need additional support outside of the classroom. If you have something that you are dealing with and you want my help, I'm happy to refer you to any of these groups or to help you find the support you need through BMCC or elsewhere. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a second. I want to pause to see if anybody has any questions. I don't see any in the chat right now, but I'm going to pull up exactly why an example of my Open Lab course from last semester and how student work when you submit it shows up, which I think will help you understand why late assignments get a little tricky. Anyone have any questions so far? No? Okay. Well, this is good. Drop an exclamation point in the chat if you plan to stay in this class. I hope it's all of you. Cool. It's blowing up, so I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to go to another Open Lab site. This is for my human resource management class from last semester. you don't ever have to go here, but I want to show you how student work populates. So I'm going to give you a quick tour. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. And just somebody say yes when you can see it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so we have this same menu on our course site, this student work section. I'm going to go ahead and go to strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is a SWOT analysis assignment my HR management students did last semester. When you submit an assignment on OpenLab, it aggregates all assignments into one area. So this is every single SWOT analysis that a student submitted. So instead of you just submitting assignments for me to grade, you're going to submit assignments for everyone to see and everyone to respond to. You're going to learn not only from what I tell you, but from each other. And so all of our work, with the exception of our final reflection that you'll submit just to me, will be shown on our course site. You'll be able to see everyone's. There are examples of how you get these things to show up. It's very, very simple. We won't get into it too much. We'll review it the first time you actually have to submit something on a live class, but all of your work will populate here. So, well, on our course site, of course. So I'm going to stop sharing. So hopefully that helps you understand why late work is so challenging, because if you submit an assignment 4 days late, you've had the opportunity to read everybody else's assignment, see the kind of responses they've gotten. And I want you to submit things that are natural and real for you, and not just take what everybody else is saying. I'm not checking for correctness. I'm checking for meaning. I want this to be meaningful. I want to support you. I want you to learn in this class. And I'm not an expert. Oh my goodness, all of you are experts. You probably have all worked at a business or started your own business. If you've babysat, you've run a business. If you have an Etsy shop, you've run a business. If you make money somehow on Instagram, you run a business. All of those things are things we're going to learn from. And so I encourage you, share what you're willing to share. It'll be really exciting to learn from all of you who have a ton of diverse experience here. Oh man, okay, I've been talking to you for like a bajillion years. Does anyone have literally any questions? Really? You mean I completely said that in the most clear manner and no one has any questions about anything? I'm giving myself a point. Oh wait, Sabrina's sharing her camera again, so maybe she has a question.
No, I'm good. I just figured.
Awesome.
If
Okay,
I was gonna
wonderful.
look close to the screen, you know.
No, yeah, no, I appreciate it. I was like, oh no, here it comes. Here it comes. Okay. You are welcome to ask questions at any point. I don't need to prompt you. Interrupt me at any time. I really do want this course to feel like a community here. So get to know each other, especially when you fill out the class directory, comment on each other's entries, share what you have in common, and let's get to know each other and be the kind of class that learns from each other. I think this is a place where I want you to start your career. If you've already started in other courses, that's totally fine, but I hope that this will jump out as one of your favorites. I'm certainly excited for it. So thanks for your time and attention. I will follow up with you before our next class, both with some additional resources like our course schedule. I will invite you all to our recurring calendar invite, so you always have this joining information on your calendar. Remember, if you have a different email you'd like me to send this to, please let me know, or you can just go ahead and forward it to whatever other email you use, of course. And if there's anything you need me to know going into class with you as a student, please reach out. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to support you how I can, and I'm pumped to have you here. And play your cards right, and I'll give you my chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay, thanks everybody. It's been great to get to know you, and I will see you next week.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna wave you off,
Thank
so
you.
you can all like log
All
off
right,
whenever
thank
you're
you.
ready.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye, Griselle.
Bye.
Bye, Gabriel.